Hey guys, it's PMHK here obviously, and happy post Valentine's Day. Also, if you actually attended men's conference, I hope that went well as well. Now this is gonna be a follow-up to the previous video I posted on back to school tech. Some of you guys actually came back to me and said that most of the devices that are actually on that list are a bit expensive for a typical varsity or college student. And I went back and I answered to a couple of them that affordability is a really subjective matter. I know that some people can afford, and I also understand that some can't afford. Hence this video. Now we're gonna be looking at where you can actually buy tech on the budget. Now, because South Africa doesn't really produce any tech gadget, and most of the stuff that is sold here in the country comes from overseas, the price tends to be a little bit high. And the way you can actually go around that, it's either you having somebody actually who's overseas buying it for you, which the chances of that happen are really actually minimum, because most of us don't have people that are outside. And the second option, that is the option that we're actually going to be talking about in this video, is buying secondhand gadget. Now, the one place that I've actually been going and actually browsing through, and I also actually managed to sell a couple of stuff on, is Facebook Market. Now, I know there are other sites like Let Go, which I am not sure if it's actually still running, and you also have Bid or Buy and some other. Now, I try to stay away from those websites because of the amount of scam that actually happens there. Now, this is not to say that on Facebook you might not find people that are trying to take advantage of you. You actually are going to find them there as well, but the scale is going to be much less. And I'm actually going to talk about one or two ways in which you can actually find if they're trying to scam you or not. So let's jump quickly on the Facebook Market app, and we're gonna go through a couple of things that are alternative of the gadget that I actually mentioned on the back to school video, which you guys can actually go and watch it. I'm gonna try and link it up here, and I'm also gonna link that video down in the description. And make sure you hit that like button before you get to the description of this video, which actually helps the channel and helps YouTube to recommend this video to other people, which is actually what we are trying to do. So make sure you like this video, and from my previous video and the videos to come, make sure you also like those videos so we can actually get a high recommendation rate for the videos. Now, I prefer navigating through Facebook Market using the mobile because it's more intuitive than using a computer, and I also understand that most of you guys are using your mobile devices to do this, or are going to be using your devices to do this. Now, if your Facebook Market does not appear in the icons below, depending on which phone you're using, it actually the icons might be on top. I don't know if that's what happens on Android, but if you're using an iPhone and you don't see the Facebook Market icon below, you just click on the last three bars and you should see Marketplace. And as soon as you go to Marketplace, they will recommend according to what you've actually been looking for. I've actually been looking for another engine for my VW, which died, which is a story for another day. That's why you guys can see there's an engine right there for 7,500. Now, let's go and look for iPad. Let's start with an iPad. Now, the iPad that I recommended on that video was the iPad Pro 11-inch, which should be roughly going around 14,000, and you can actually find maybe a second hand for around 9,000 if you are lucky. But because most of you actually don't really need that tablet, and the price is also a bit steep, you can actually try and go for an iPad mini, either the latest one that just came out, which is the iPad mini 5th generation. That one is going for around 7,000, or you can also go for an older model, which is gonna cost you around 900 rands for the iPad mini 1, and you're looking at about 1,500 for the iPad mini Gen 2. So let's look for an iPad mini here. As you guys can see, I was looking for a Mac mini recently. I looked for a Sigma 64mm lens and an iPad 7. The iPad 7 Gen is the latest iPad that actually was announced together with iPad mini 5th generation, which should cost you around 5,500 and 6,000 depending on what you actually look for it. Now, we are here to look for an iPad mini, and we're gonna actually check prices of iPad mini. Now, the way you can go about actually finding out if they're trying to scam you, it's simple. If the offer is too good to be true, then it's too good to be true. They're trying to eat your money. Also, one thing that you can actually do is get into a conversation with the person that's selling. You'll find out that most scammers do not really know about the products that they're selling, and as you continue the conversation with them, you can actually pick up that this one is trying to take my money. So now we're trying to find an iPad mini. As you guys can see, there's two options on top. Actually, you can see the first option there for the iPad mini, 400 rands for the iPad mini. Imagine, this is a first generation 32 gig. Let's just click on it. Wi-Fi, oh, the screen is cracked, that's why it's 400 rand. But I mean, you can't even really see that. Oh, like it's cracked on the corner. Damn, we don't want that. So let's try and see something else. This one is 1200, looks pretty good. And you have a couple of other options that you have 1 year for 500 rand in mid-rand. This is 3 hours from me. And you can go down and read more information. Okay, description says that iPad mini with a charger, you can call for more info. So this guy is asking you to call them for more info. They actually don't say if the iPad is not working or if it's working. As you guys can see, the iPad is black there. The screen is dark, so we cannot really tell if it's working or not working. So scrolling down, you can see other options. You can see one there for 1,000. You can see one for 720. And as you scroll down, you're actually going to be able to see other options. Now, the only downside of buying an older generation of an iPad mini is that Apple only updates, or you can only install the latest software in an iPad mini 4th generation, which should be going for around 5,000-6,000, which is the same price as the iPad 7th generation, which you can actually, instead of buying the older version, you get an iPad 7th generation, and that iPad also supports Apple Pencil 1st generation, which is actually could come in handy for you guys that are in varsity or college when it comes to sketching and also taking notes. So another device that we had on that list of back to school was a Google Mini, which is now called Google Nest Mini or Nest Mini. I really don't know why Google changed the naming, because now it's pretty confusing, but you don't need the new generation. The 2nd generation would actually do the job. Now let's try and search if you can find a Google Mini here. Google Mini, 1st gen Google Mini. Okay, Google Home Mini, that's what it actually is called. Okay, so we found a couple of ones. You actually can see there, I found one for 600 rand. And again, this guy on Take A Lot is going for 550, 600. So 600 rand here, it's really expensive. And I also see there's the Google Home, this is the new Google, this is the Google Home that comes with the screen. This one is going for 2,300. You guys actually don't need this, but if you want an upgrade to the Google Home Mini, which is just a speaker, you can actually get this one, which comes with a screen, which is actually it's going to help you control your smart home devices actually much better. So this is the Google Home Mini. As you guys can see, the prices here are really steep, so I wouldn't recommend you guys buy this thing here on Facebook Market. I'd actually recommend maybe you try it on Take A Lot. You're gonna pay much less if you actually go there. Now, another device we actually featured on that video was the Nintendo Switch, which I have right there connected to the TV that I normally use as my monitor. Now, let's see if you can find a Nintendo Switch in the Facebook Market. I also recommended you guys that you should actually maybe try and buy the Nintendo Switch Lite, which is the newest version, which should cost you around 1,000, 1,500 cheaper than the original one. So let's just see if Facebook Market also has. Now, Facebook Market, the way it works is just a marketplace where different people go there and sell their items. That's why actually you tend to find a lot of people that are there just to take your money, and that's why I recommend that you actually follow the safety guidelines, which actually include not accepting EFT transfers, because people actually get scammed. I remember I once got scammed like that with an EFT transfer, which is also a story for another day. If you guys want to hear the story, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I'm going to tell you all about how I got scammed. I think I got scammed was in Gumtree. That's why I don't use Gumtree anymore. So let's actually search for a Switch device here on Facebook Market. So Nintendo Switch. Alright, so Nintendo Switch, as you guys can see, we found a couple of Nintendo Switch, one going for 4,800. I know that thing costs around 5,000 brand new if the price hasn't gone down, but you can find a couple of used ones here. Then again, most of the devices you're actually going to find on a Facebook Market app are used devices that other people are selling. That's why the price is relatively lower than a brand new one. So we have a Nintendo Switch Lite actually here for 2,700, which is actually a bargain. I mean, 2,500 compared to the 5,000 price of the actually brand new first generation one. You are actually going to be winning. So another safety tip that I would actually give you guys is to meet with this person in a public place, especially malls, so that you can actually keep yourself safe, and if something has to go down, you have other people around you, you can just make noise or just do something that will alert others that you are actually being scammed or being robbed. So now we're gonna search for one more device just to give you a variety of choices that you can actually search on here. We're gonna try and see if we can find a nice Bluetooth speaker. So let's just type Bluetooth speaker, portable Bluetooth speaker, or just Bluetooth speaker. So we already found one secondhand Beats by Dre. This is the Peel, going for 1,500. Nice bargain. But compared to the one that I actually featured on the video, that one was going for 400 Rand. So let's try and maybe search for that one specifically. So we're going to be searching for Soundcore Nano. Again, if you missed that video, make sure you go check that video. You can even pause this one right here, go check that video and come back to this one here. Okay, Soundcore Nano, we can't find anything here. I'm only finding a lot of big speakers, so let's put maybe the brand, which is Anchor Soundcore Nano. Okay, so they don't sell this here in the Facebook app. Anyways, I just wanted to make this video, which is already made, you guys are actually watching it, so I could help those ones who actually found the prices of the first back to school video items a bit steep. So you have another option, which is going through the Facebook Market. Now this is not a sponsored video, I actually just like Facebook Market and the items that are actually sold on that app. There's a variety of items there which can range from MacBook Pros, you can even find HP laptop, Dell, you can find speaker, you can find cars, you can find bikes. But sticking to this video, I just wanted to show you guys that you can actually find those back to school items that I had on the previous video for much cheaper, obviously secondhand, not brand new, but some of them are actually secondhand and good condition. You just need to know how to actually navigate the app and see what you want. Now, this will be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like this video and also make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Make sure you click the notification bells button so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. And I'm gonna catch you guys on my next video. Peace.